Even right now, it is difficult to even find people that really have legal money on their own. Because remember, some time ago, that the presidency requested that the border be open for just one man to be able to export his goods out of the country, and that was for Alhaji Aliko Dangote, and he was allowed to take out his cement when other companies, manufacturers, were refused of the same request by the president. But all the same, that is not why we're here, but rather he has been exposed for something you will not believe, because he said bank documents expose how Dangote wired funds to NPA's Bala Usman during general election. You know, they are not in government, but they have influence, things that will influence the government, that will make it beneficial to their personal needs. So somehow they are in government while they are not in government. But all the same, we get to find all of this out really soon to see where he's really concerned, or what is concerned about. More details will come to you shortly, but please, if you have not subscribed, ensure you hit the subscribe button, and also give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell beside the subscribe button, and click on all, and you get notified anytime we update any new video. Okay guys, without further ado, let us dive right into the details of this report. As it says, in the heat of the 2015 general elections, Aliko Dangote transferred 200 million naira to a bank account run by Hadiza Bala Usman, a Bring Back Our Girls activist who has been the managing director of Nigerian Port Authority since 2016. The transactions were sent in two tranches from two different bank accounts of the African richest man to Ms. Bala Usman's account with Access Bank. Financial records seen by People's Gazette. Ms. Bala Usman received the first 100 million naira transfer on February 6, 2015, while the second 100 million came through 3 days after, on February 9. The transfers carried ambiguous description that made it difficult to conclude their purpose. Since November 3rd, neither Mr. Dangote nor Ms. Bala Usman clarified the purpose of transaction to the Gazette, despite multiple requests for comments. Mr. Dangote's spokesman Tony Chiejina declined to confirm or deny his principals initiated the transfer, but Ms. Bala Usman denied pointedly denied knowledge of the transaction to the Gazette, despite being told of the date, amount, and the specific bank account with which the funds were received. I am not aware of any such payment made to my account, Ms. Bala Usman told the Gazette. She declined to elaborate. Even though Mr. Dangote and Ms. Bala Usman declined to clarify the transaction, at least two sources close to the APC campaign told the Gazette that the 200 million naira was part of the campaign donations channeled to the opposition campaign through proxies like Ms. Bala Usman. Ms. Bala Usman largely restricted herself from partisan politics during the 2015 elections. She was widely known at the time as a key voice in the Bring Back Our Girls campaign, for which she was profiled by the Financial Times and other Western media outlets. President Muhammadu Buhari, Nigeria's former military ruler, was seeking a return to power in election that was initially scheduled for February 14, 2015. But when the exercise was postponed on February 8, Mr. Buhari's allies flooded the country with claims that the then ruling PDP was trying to starve them of funds. The APC was reported to have exhausted its campaign war chest before the elections were extended for another 6 weeks until March 28. The APC was, however, able to sustain the campaign until its victory on March 28, buoyed by alarming rates of insecurity, ineptitude, and corruption that characterized the Goodluck Jonathan administration. She played a helpful role during the campaign through the back door. A senior party official in APC Lagos chapter told the Gazette she received money towards Nasir El-Rufai's campaign and by extension the Buhari-Osinbajo campaign. Our sources said Ms. Bala Usman's rapid rise through political ranks first as Chief of Staff to Mr. El-Rufai in Kaduna and later as MD of NPA, was largely as a result of her political mobilization for then opposition party. Those who have been grumbling that she was handed a juicy position like NPA, even when she did not campaign with us, have a minimal understanding of the role she played in 2015. Another APC source in Abuja told the Gazette this week, Ms. Bala Usman account also reflected multiple transfers to other APC players, including Balarabe Abbas Lawal, Mr. El-Rufai's cabinet secretary. At least 9 transactions worth nearly 400 million naira went to Mr. Lawal during the 2015 elections. Mr. Dangote himself has long endured allegations of oiling his vast industrial empire by keeping friends with people with policy makers and potential policy makers. 2 weeks ago, Mr. Dangote was widely criticized after his company received a special waiver to export its products through Nigeria's land borders, which have been closed to all companies since August 2019. Atedo Peter Side, founder of Stanbic IBTC, criticized the government's action as unsustainable, saying it could have a negative impact on the nation's economy. But the billionaire has largely brushed off the allegations, especially because evidence of his involvement in partisan politics and finance has rarely been published. When both Mr. Aliko Dangote and Ms. Bala Usman have rights to engage in partisan politics with their time and resources, their status in society demands that such activities should be disclosed, according to anti-corruption campaigner Halima Abdullahi. Personally, both of them can support anybody they like in their individual capacity, Ms. Abdullahi said from London, but they should be transparent with it. Ms. Abdullahi said Mr. Dangote was amongst a group of supposedly non-partisan statesmen who prevailed on Mr. Jonathan to concede the election in 2015 to Mr. Buhari, which made the Gazette findings even more damning in the general context of Nigeria's democratic experience. Ms. Bala Usman was known worldwide as a Bring Back Our Girls campaigner, but it now appeared as though her actual intention was to return Mr. Buhari to power 30 years after he was ousted in a military coup, the London-based activist said. If you paid attention, you would see that Buhari government has been treating NSIS campaigners as opposition, Ms. Abdullahi said. It is because of people like Hadiza who have been undermining genuine activism for partisan political gains, allowing politicians to keep tagging every civil movement as an opposition. If we want governments in Nigeria and other African countries to stop seeing activists as undercover political operatives, then it has to start with getting honest people to occupy civic space, Ms. Abdullahi says. But those who continue to hijack meaningful causes to advance personal agendas should know that ultimately there will be no hiding place. So guys, that is it from here. Thank you so much for listening. Whatever you have to say about this, please drop it in the comment section and also give this video a thumbs up. Do have a pleasant time. Bye for now.